Jesus, 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 something happens when I call your name. Something special, supernatural. When I call your name. You know, Dee talked about God's speed. You know, when we call his name, we expect something to happen right then and there when we say the name Jesus. We're expecting an outcome. We're expecting a reaction to happen because we've been developed so much by the world that we need it now. We don't have to go through certain things the way the world has trained us to think. When I was at the BMV a couple weeks ago, it just came to my mind. I was in it for 2.5 hours, just waiting. Seats is all taken up, so I'm sitting up against the window ledge, just waiting. And the guy I was sitting next to, he went up probably like an hour before me. He went up and got his stuff. And as he was walking out, he said to his buddy, he was like, "Hey, Godspeed, brother." Meaning, he's hoping he gets up next, his friend. But we know Godspeed doesn't work like that. It's Godspeed. That's why it's called Godspeed. It's on his time. It's not on Minister Watkins' time. It's not on Minister Stewart's time. It's not on Pastor Fowler's time. It's not on Minister McCarroll's time.
Yes.
It's on God's time.
Yes.
So we need to be so aware of that. And just not aware, we actually need to live that out. Just not to just give lip service on it. Are we actually obeying by the time frame that God has ordained us to get something done? Are we being obedient to it? Are we sacrificing the things that we're supposed to be sacrificing or giving up within that amount of time? As I told the girls this morning in Sunday school, there may be a time where God may just talk to you directly on, he may just ask you a question. Are you sold out for me? Come on. I said everybody doesn't get hit at the same time with that question. He may ask a 70-year-old that question. He may ask a 50-year-old that question. He may ask a 15-year-old that question. How are you going to respond? And just tell them, just think about the process of the things when you get asked that question. Think about the things that you would think about before you give your answer back up to them. Come on. I said you're probably going to think about your past, your history. You're going to think about, well, how many times did I go to church? Did I grow up in church? Did my parents go to church? I said those are probably immediate things that a lot of people think about when they come to the point to answer that question. And I told them those things are not necessary things that should pop up first in your mind. So I'm not going to go through the whole detail. Hopefully everybody here, I believe that knows what that process looks like or how we're supposed to come to that answer of saying yes to God's question. So just be mindful when we say Jesus, when we say that name, knowing what it actually means when we say that name. Know why we're saying that name. Truly know why. And what is it that God is after? What is it that he wants from us? Because he's going to respond. We don't know when the response is going to occur, but he's going to respond. We know that. I'm sure a lot of us has lived through different things where we called on Jesus and the response has happened. It may not happen as soon as we wanted, or we thought it would have came later down the line, and he might have responded to you later that day. And you're probably, well, shoot, Lord, I'm not ready for it yet. He said, you called. I answered. I'm on my time, God's time. I'm not on your time. Something important, something that seems so simple, but at the same time it's important because I'll say the majority of the Christians, they fail to live under that. Just hearing the way they talk, the way they live. So with that said, let's go into prayer. If we go all get in our circle, lock hands, and give our questions.